Typically, one of the final questions that the interviewer is going to have is, do you have any questions for me? This is the time to show how interested you are in the position and that you truly care about the interview, the conversation, the company, and getting the job. Whatever you do, do not think that this question is an imposition. The interviewer wants to know how your mind works and if you have true curiosity about the company and the position. You should always be prepared to ask questions about the company, the position, and the industry to show that you've done your research. When you have a chance to interview with the hiring manager, always ask the question, what is your management style? And ask for a tour of the company. Make some mental notes from the tour and look for consistency between these two things. If the manager states that he or she manages in a manner that puts the coworkers first, and you notice that nobody is smiling or talking to one another, caution's in order here. Look for things that will help you see if the coworkers are happy. Have they nested in their offices, cubicles, or workspaces by bringing in personal items? Do they seem happy with where they work? While there could be reasons for the discrepancy between what you hear and what you see, this definitely deserves further qualification. Trust your intuition and relax. People tend to spend more time with their coworkers than they do with their families. And even though there's stress in looking for a new job, landing the wrong job can be worse. Would accepting the wrong job decrease your overall happiness? I used to have a mentor that used to say to me, the horse that wins the race is the one that ran the fastest in the stretch. Now, in horse racing, the stretch is the last part of the race. After you've outraced all of the other competitors, and it's just you and maybe a couple of others in the stretch, the final rounds of the interview process, you are now competing with the best of the best. Unfortunately, there can only be one winner, and unlike horse racing, second and third place don't count. So, how do you win the race? How can you be the champion? Continue to do your research and be prepared to demonstrate the 3 A's. Remember those? Attitude, aptitude, and appetite. So, what you want to ask, things about the position. Why is the position open? Is it a newly created position? And if not, why did the last person leave? What's a typical workday like and what would I do? What would be my primary challenges? How are evaluations done? How often? How do I get feedback about my performance? What are some of the short-term and long-term goals you would like to see to be achieved within that position? What would you consider to be a successful employee within this position? What freedom do I have in establishing my own goals and deadlines? Then there's questions about the company. Is there high employee turnover? How does the company contribute to its employees' professional development or education? Is this company financially stable? What are the company's plans for future growth? How has the company fared during the recent recession? How do industry trends impact this company? What makes your firm different from its competitors? What are the company's strengths and weaknesses? What is the corporate work culture? Then you're going to ask about management. How would you describe your management style? What are the goals of the department? Questions about career advancement. Does the company promote from within? What is a typical career path for this position? Now, there's also questions to not ask at the first interview, and those are things that are already answered in the company's literature or on the company website. You don't ask about the salary on the first interview. You don't ask about the company's benefit package or how do I proceed from here? Should I contact you or will you be in contact with me? What's the process from here? What would distinguish one potential candidate joining your company from another? How do I prove my commitment to the organization? See, the reason you're not going to ask those questions is that you're going to follow up, and you don't want to ask a question that's going to keep you from being able to follow up because you're going to show the 3 A's. Now, there's follow-up. You leave the interview and you feel good about the position. Now go to your car and write down what just happened. List the topics discussed, the characteristics the interviewer described for the position, and whatever other details you have. This will help you to write a thank you note that shows both your interest and that you're a perfect match for the position. Although email notes are good, consider leaving a voicemail and then send a traditional thank you card or letter and then follow up by phone a few days later.